You ever seen a pack of bikers rolling in slow, all muscle and metal, looking like trouble before they even speak? Now picture that storm heading straight for a quiet 16-year-old kid. But what they didn't know, what nobody expected, was that this teen had a secret that could flip the whole situation on its head. And when the first punch was thrown, everything changed in an instant. It was a late Friday evening in Elridge, a small town where things were mostly quiet. Except near the gas station just off Route 14. That's where Tyler worked part-time, stacking shelves and sweeping floors to help out his single mom. He was the kind of kid who kept to himself. Tall, skinny, always polite. No one suspected he had anything other than books and homework on his mind. But Tyler was different. At night, when the world slept, he trained. Not for fun, not for sport, but because he had a past he didn't like to talk about. A past filled with bruises, pain, and purpose. The town knew of the biker gang. They called themselves the Iron Fangs. Loud, reckless, and fearless. They didn't live in Elridge, but they passed through often enough to scare shopkeepers and make diners close early. Nobody ever stood up to them. People just hoped the bikers would move on quickly. That's why, when their engines rumbled into the parking lot of Tyler's gas station, everyone else inside quickly paid and left. Except Tyler. He stayed behind the counter, eyes sharp, heart steady. There were 4 of them that night. Big guys, leather jackets, tattoos that crawled up their necks like angry vines. One of them knocked over a shelf for no reason. Another kicked a crate of water bottles and laughed. Tyler didn't flinch. He just watched, quiet, waiting. "Hey, pretty boy," one of the bikers sneered, slamming his hand on the counter. "You got a problem with us?" Tyler didn't answer right away. He kept his tone calm, just like Master Shen taught him. "No problem. But I'd appreciate it if you didn't mess up the store. I'll have to clean all that later." The gang laughed like hyenas. "You hear this kid?" The leader said, stepping forward. "Maybe you need to be taught some respect." That's when the tension snapped. The leader reached over the counter to grab Tyler's shirt. Bad move. Tyler moved so fast it was a blur. In one fluid motion, he twisted the biker's wrist, pulled him off balance, and sent him crashing to the ground. The room went dead silent for a second. The other bikers blinked in disbelief. Then chaos erupted. One charged from the side with a bottle, but Tyler ducked low and swept his legs, sending him flying into a rack of chips. Another tried to tackle him, but Tyler spun behind and locked him in a chokehold, dropping him within seconds. The last biker stood frozen, fists clenched, unsure if he was looking at a teenager or some kind of ninja. Tyler just looked at him and said, "You really want to be the last one down." That was all it took. The final biker backed up, dragging his friends with him, their bravado shattered like glass. As the roar of their engines faded into the distance, Tyler stood alone in the silence, surrounded by broken shelves and dropped jaws. But more importantly, he stood tall. Not just as a kid who fought back, but as someone who refused to be anyone's victim. The gas station was a wreck. Chips everywhere, a dented soda fridge, and a toppled coffee machine humming like it didn't know the fight was over. Tyler stood in the center, breathing steady, knuckles red but calm. He didn't celebrate. He didn't smirk. He just picked up a broom and started cleaning. Old Mr. Harris, the station's owner, pulled up minutes later. He had seen the bikers storm in on his security camera feed from home and rushed over, fearing the worst. But what he found left him speechless. 3 grown men laid out, groaning, and his teenage clerk sweeping next to them like it was just another mess to clean. What the hell happened here? Tyler didn't pause. They caused trouble. I asked them to stop. They didn't. Mr. Harris scratched his head, looking between Tyler and the unconscious Iron Fangs. You did this? I didn't start it? Tyler said. But I finished it. News travels fast in small towns. By morning, every diner, barber shop, and auto garage in Elridge was buzzing. Some folks called him a hero. Others thought it was reckless. A few whispered he must have had military parents or some secret past, but the truth was simpler and darker. Tyler had been training in martial arts since he was 8. His father, before he disappeared, was a disciplined fighter who believed strength wasn't about hurting people, but about protecting them. After he vanished, Tyler's mom took him to Master Shen, a retired Special Forces trainer who ran a discreet dojo deep in the woods outside of town. There, Tyler learned more than just punches and kicks. He learned control, strategy, focus, and the one rule that always echoed through every session: only fight when you have no choice, but when you do, end it fast. That philosophy saved him that night, but not everyone was thrilled. By Sunday, the Iron Fangs were back, not 4 of them this time. 10, maybe 12. They rolled in heavy, roaring up outside the gas station like a thunderstorm on wheels. Leather boots, chains, and eyes burning with vengeance. Tyler wasn't working that day, but they didn't care. They kicked over shelves, slammed the counter, and demanded the kid. Mr. Harris, terrified, called Tyler from the back room. They're here. And they're serious this time. Tyler didn't hesitate. Tell them I'll meet them behind the station. Alone, Harris blinked. What? You're just a kid. Let's call the cops. No, Tyler said firmly. They won't wait. And if they do, they'll take it out on everyone else first. I'll handle it. By the time Tyler stepped out back, the sun was low, casting long shadows over the cracked concrete lot. The gang circled like wolves. The leader, a scared man named Roach, stepped forward, grinning like a man who thought he had already won. You the punk who took out my boys. Tyler nodded. They attacked first. I defended myself. Roach spat. You embarrassed us. You made us look weak. Now you're gonna pay. Tyler didn't blink. Then let's settle it here. No innocent people. No weapons. Just us. The gang laughed again, but Roach's grin faded. There was something in the boy's eyes. Something calm, unshaken, dangerous. Still, Roach stepped forward. You think you can take me? Little man, no, Tyler said quietly. I know I can. Then it began. The moment Roach lunged forward, the world seemed to slow down. His fists were heavy, wild, full of rage. But Tyler wasn't fighting with emotion. He was fighting with purpose. He sidestepped the first blow, pivoted, and struck Roach's ribs with a precise elbow. The big man grunted but didn't fall. He came again, swinging harder. Tyler ducked under the punch and landed a brutal kick to Roach's thigh, targeting a nerve he'd learned about in training. Roach's leg buckled for a second. The gang watched in silence, their leader being picked apart by a kid who moved like water. Roach roared and charged. Tyler didn't retreat. He advanced, a fast palm strike to the chin, a knee to the stomach. Then, with a controlled twist, he took Roach down to the pavement and locked his arm in a hold that made the man scream. The bikers moved forward, anger boiling. Don't, Tyler warned, not breaking the hold. He chose this fight. Let him finish it. Roach gritted his teeth. You'll pay for this, you little freak. Tyler leaned closer. Walk away. You lost. Leave this town. Don't come back. Roach, humiliated and panting, didn't answer. But after a long, tense silence, he tapped out. Tyler released the hold and stood. Roach got up slower, staggering. He didn't speak. He just turned to his gang and gestured to the bikes. They left. Not one of them looked back. But the battle wasn't over. The next day, Tyler's mom got a call from the school. His suspension for aggressive behavior had been reinstated. Apparently, the Iron Fangs had filed a complaint. Somehow, they were spinning the story as if Tyler had attacked them. Unbelievable, his mother whispered, holding the phone tightly. You saved people, and now you're being punished. Tyler just nodded. He expected it. The world didn't always reward those who did the right thing. That's something Master Shen drilled into him early on. When you walk the path of strength, expect resistance. Weak men will try to twist the truth. That evening, Tyler returned to the dojo in the woods. Master Shen was waiting, sweeping the floor like he always did. The place smelled of cedar and old sweat. It was the only place Tyler ever felt fully seen. They came back, Tyler said. I heard, Shen replied without looking up. I beat them. Again. Shen set down the broom. And what did you learn? Tyler hesitated. That fear controls them. Not power, not pride. Just fear. Shen smiled faintly. Good. Now you see clearly. Tyler sat on the mat. But the town, the school, they're blaming me. They don't understand? Shen said. Not yet. But truth has a way of rising. Tyler sighed. What if they come again? Then you'll be ready, Shen answered. The following week, things began to shift. Mr. Harris uploaded the security footage from the gas station, both the first fight and the second, to social media. He had saved everything. The video went viral, millions of views. Comments flooded in from around the country. Most supported Tyler. Real hero. Trained, not violent. He should teach us. Reporters came. Police reopened the case. Turns out, the Iron Fangs were wanted for other crimes in other states. With the new attention, warrants were issued. Some were arrested. Others disappeared. Roach was picked up at a border checkpoint 2 days later. But Tyler didn't care about the fame. He didn't want followers. He wasn't looking to be a symbol. He just wanted peace. Still, peace isn't always something you find. It's something you fight for. And when his suspension was lifted and the school quietly apologized, Tyler didn't smile. He just walked back into his classroom, sat down, and started his next homework assignment like nothing had happened. Because to him, life wasn't about the attention. It was about discipline. But deep down, even Tyler didn't know that his biggest test was still coming. One that wouldn't involve fists or kicks, but something even harder. 3 weeks passed. Life in Elridge had settled down, or at least it pretended to. The gas station repaired its shelves. Customers returned. The townspeople treated Tyler with quiet respect. Nods from across the street, a free milkshake at the diner, even a whispered, "Thank you," from the sheriff one morning. But Tyler knew calm could be an illusion. He stayed alert. He kept training. And he watched. Because the Iron Fangs weren't the only wolves out there. One cold Tuesday morning, Tyler was walking home from school when he noticed a black SUV parked near the woods. Dark windows, no plates. The engine off, but something about it felt wrong. He didn't approach it, just noted the detail and kept walking. But that night, when he was doing homework, he caught a shadow moving past his window. He waited, counted to 10. Then he moved to the back door, fast and silent, stepping out into the yard. The wind was still. The trees didn't rustle. But he heard the faintest crunch of a footstep near the shed. He was not alone. Tyler crept closer, using the cover of the old tool rack, until he spotted the figure, tall, broad-shouldered, military haircut. Not a biker, something else. The man was planting something near the side of the house. A small device, almost hidden under a gutter pipe. Tyler acted. He grabbed the man from behind and pulled him down in a controlled hold. The stranger struggled, but Tyler's grip was firm. "Who sent you?" Tyler hissed. The man didn't answer, but from his jacket an ID badge fell out. It was government, not local, not state, federal. Tyler froze. "You're not with them," he said. "You're here for something else." The man finally spoke, breathing heavy. "We've been watching you, Tyler. Ever since the gas station. You're not just some fighter, you're an anomaly." Tyler released him, standing back. "I'm a kid." The man stood too, brushing off his knees. "No, you're a weapon with a conscience. We've seen your footage, the control, the precision, and your history. It checks out. You're the son of Darren Voss." Tyler stepped back. "What? Your father wasn't just a fighter. He was part of a Black Ops training program. Off-grid, no records. Until he disappeared. We think he went rogue, until now." Tyler's world tilted. His father, gone since he was 8, was still alive. "We believe he's alive," the agent confirmed, reading his face. "But he's in hiding, maybe protecting something. Or someone. Why come to me?" Tyler asked, voice tight. "Because you're the only one trained like him. And we think he might be reaching out." The agent pulled a photo from his jacket. Grainy, from a surveillance drone. It showed a man walking through a war-torn village halfway across the world. The gait, the posture. It was familiar. Almost too familiar. Tyler stared at it in silence. "We're not asking you to come with us," the agent added. "Not yet. Just be ready." And with that, he left. No threat, no chase. Just a warning and an invitation. That night, Tyler sat at his window long after the lights were off. He held the photo in his hand, his mind racing. The bikers were just a spark. The fire hadn't even started yet. Whatever his father had been involved in, whatever he was protecting, it was now part of Tyler's future too. He didn't ask for any of this. But he wasn't afraid anymore. He had trained his whole life for something. Maybe this was it. Or maybe it was just the beginning. And if you've made it this far, ask yourself, what would you do if the storm found you? Would you run? Or would you fight back like Tyler? If stories like this move you, inspire you, or make you think a little deeper about the world we live in, don't forget to subscribe to Lived Truths, where every story is more than just a headline. It's a reminder that real strength comes not from fists, but from the choices we make when no one's watching.